So friends, I congratulate you all. Today is February 25th, 2025. Winter is coming to an end, but the cold temperature is not going anywhere yet. On the contrary, the arrival of cold air from northern Canada, the Arctic, is expected. A slight warming is also expected. This applies to the southern states of America. It is expected that there will be several rain fronts, several cyclones. Let's first take a look at this cyclone that brought rain from the Gulf of Mexico. There were even floods in some regions. Well, in general, this applies more to Florida, I'll tell you this. And we also even had tornadoes. They were expected to happen. Now the cyclone has already moved into the Pacific Ocean, so it no longer poses a serious threat. Looking further, let's take a look at this cyclone Albert. It has also already moved north-northeast. There was also some snowfall here, but overall there was nothing that significant. Well, let's look at the northwest, and here, it means that a not-so-big cyclone is coming from the Atlantic, so it is expected that there will be not much snow in the state of Washington, and in some places it may even snow heavily. In the rest of the United States, nothing like this is expected, and therefore, in principle, the weather will be unchanged for the next 2 days. The weather will be quite, as I said, ambiguous, so to predict it even better, let's look at the wind speed that will be at an altitude of 9,000 m. I want to say right away about this current, it's just that we have warm, moist air coming in from the Pacific Ocean. That is, this cyclone that brought us rain. It's exactly what was caused by this warm air, so it's expected that in the coming days it will leave us, as I already said. And here in the northern United States, Canada, the Ohio Valley, it might be a little bit colder. Cold weather is expected here. If we look a little further, in general, nothing will change this day, nor will anything change in the next 2 days. The only thing that is expected is that in 3 days, closer to Thursday, a small cyclone will come to us, but the most it will cause is small thunderstorms. Perhaps in the northern regions near the Ohio Valley in the state of Ontario, there will be a little snow. But if we scroll even further closer to the weekend, another very strong cyclone will hit us, so most likely there will be heavy snowfalls. There will also be heavy rains in Texas, also Arizona, Oklahoma, in these states Arkansas, Louisiana. There will be heavy thunderstorms. You can even expect 2 or 3 tornadoes. If you look at northern Ontario, again Canada, there may be heavy snow here, and everything will also be mixed with the cold that will come from the north. But again, you have to understand that the weather will change more than a week before this day. But in order not to miss the weather forecast, subscribe to our channel, comment so as not to miss our forecasts. If you scroll even further, there for the next 10 days, 8 to 10 days, then this cyclone will then go to the Atlantic, and in general nothing more is expected. Yes, there will be some troughs of cold air, and warm air will also enter, but in general it will not bring anything. The only thing I want to draw your attention to is that another major cyclone may pass by on March 10th, but that's still a long way off. A lot can change in 10 days, even more than 10 days. We'll see what happens next. Well, while we're having cyclones coming one after another, let's now take a look at what the temperature will be. In general, I would say that there will be no severe cold, and it will be more comfortable. It will be warmer in some places and colder in others, but no anomalies are expected. Now, as we can see here, warm air is being met by a cyclone, an anticyclone, so most of the warm air is coming from the ocean, but nothing like that is expected. If you look further ahead, you can see that the weather will be a little colder. The only thing I want to say is that closer to Thursday or Friday, cold air will start to come in from northern Canada. It will move further into the central part of the United States, go through the Ohio Valley, and then continue to the ocean. Therefore, this is the first wave of such a cold snap expected for us. It will last approximately 3 days at least. It is expected that in Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico will also be very warm. There may even be small records in some states, but in general, nothing like this is expected. If we look even further, we will have a second wave of cold weather. Well, it's already starting. You can see it closer to next weekend. But it won't be like in February, like in the middle of February. Believe me, we don't expect such cold, abnormal cold weather. So overall the weather will be good. I would say it will be colder in some places, warmer in others, but in principle it will be normal. Well, if you look at the 10 to 14 days, it will also be warm in some places, cold in others, but overall it will be great. It will be the warmest in Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico. So for those who like to swim there, who like to sunbathe, this weather will be just for you. So friends, subscribe to our channel, don't miss our videos, comment, like, recommend us to your friends, watch the forecasts every day. There will be a lot of interesting things.